From WDWNT, the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is ParksCenter. Hello there, everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of ParksCenter. My name's Ben, and joining me on tonight's show, we have Allison.
Hello, everyone.
Tyler.
Always one. Always one.
Always one.
Always one.
Everybody.
There we go. Nathan.
Greetings from the Sunshine State.
And Pete.
A Sivako to you, sir.
And a Sivako to you, too. All right, let's kick off tonight's show with a story about the Skyliners. I present to you the backside of, the inside of Skyliners. We finally get to look a little bit at the inside of this thing, how it's going to get cooled. This seems all right to me. I'm not particularly jazzed, but I'm not upset. Does anybody have more strong opinions about this?
It looks benches like a gondola. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Solid commentary. I like it a lot. It looks more comfortable than I think because I thought it was going to be individual chairs that are just jammed together or little bench seats. So the fact that if you spread your legs a little bit, they won't force 5 across. So if it's like me and 2 other dads, we could spread our legs a little bit and enjoy the ride. So I like it.
Do you have news, Pete, that we don't know?
Perhaps.
You heard it here first. Pete Carney's going to be a dad, apparently.
It's a secret. His girlfriend doesn't even know.
I like how proud he is that he's
Congratulations.
announcing that he's going to manspread on the
Yeah, really, yeah.
Really
Thanks to the one woman on this panel for explaining that one. Yeah.
Thank you.
But honestly, this is last time we talked about the gondolas. I was like, I'm not really worried because I've been in climates that are just as hot and humid as Central Florida, and it always, with the windows and the way the ventilation works, it always feels like kind of like you're standing in the shade and there's a breeze. And seeing inside is exactly what I expected. So hopefully people aren't panicking anymore that they're going to be stuck in. I don't want to say hot boxes, but that's what's on my mind. So here we go.
I love it.
Ooh, like that.
People are saying now that it's going to be too cold. They're like, what about in December? It's going to get real chilly up there. It's going to be freezing up there.
You can't have it both ways.
I tell you what, if you are not convinced at this point that these are not going to be super hot, I don't know what to do with you because those things are moving at a clip. If you've seen our videos online of them testing out the gondolas, so that plus all that wide ventilation, I just really don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I think it's going to work just fine. I don't think they would have spent all of this time and all this money if it would have been a hot box, as Allison so appropriately put, I guess.
And it's such a short amount of time too. You're probably going to be in that shorter than a bus, which I get to talk about what you just said. I get cold on the buses when I'm wearing a tank top and shorts and the AC is blasting. And
anyone would be cold in that situation, Tyler.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but you're Canadian, so who knows?
And that makes all the difference.
Yeah,
I'm just worried about those benches. Are those going to get hot?
They said it's going to be only between 5 or 15 minutes from, and I'm guessing 15 is the longest point to the longest point. So this is not going to be that long of a ride. You're talking, like you said, 5 minutes is probably from your first stop to the next stop before a change. 5 to 15 is not bad. It's going to be fun. It's going to be nice views. You're not too high off the ground. I think the highest they said was going to be 60 feet at max. So that's nothing. You can everyone lives. It's going to be fine.
When everyone lives is something that you can say about your transportation system. Something has gone wrong.
They can't say that about the monorail.
Yeah. Speaking of everyone lives, Avengers.
Nope. Oh gosh! But speaking of movies, let's talk about Star Wars and Star Wars Land a little bit. Very cool. Very cool. So
very cool.
Oga's Cantina has been delayed due to budget cuts. This is a rumor. This is not 100% fact at this point, but we do believe that this is
David's a pretty
accurate.
good source, though.
Yeah,
he's really knowledgeable. So
we're looking at an hour limit. Staying inside. Seating will be limited. It looks like it's going to be stools at a bar and about 5 booths or so. You'll have enough room to fit about 150 people in there, including standing room, but it's going to, I assume, be a little claustrophobic, and there will not be like a sit-down restaurant going on inside of here. It seems a little less than what we were initially promised.
What? Disney giving us less than we were initially promised in the land? That doesn't
Unheard
sound
of.
accurate at all.
Unfathomable.
No, that never happens.
Listen, I'm from New York, so
Usually,
this just
like-
sounds like every other restaurant in New York. Just get in.
It
get
does,
out.
doesn't it?
No dilly-dallying. You just order your food, have a cocktail, and get out of here. Next.
Yeah, I think Star Wars Land though is supposed to feel post or pre-Giuliani grimy for New York terms. What?
Oh, man.
It was filmed in downtown.
Yeah,
Hearing
Warriors.
5 booths, I'm like, isn't that just Jock Lindsay's? Like, is it going to
Yeah.
be as small as Jock Lindsay's? But hearing now it's going to be hold like 150 people. I'm like, oh yeah, but we're like packing those people together like into like
Yeah,
plastic
150
cases.
is not a
It's-
ton.
Yeah.
It really doesn't sound like it. And rumors about budget cuts, I'll believe that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
real easy. Especially given what's going on with the delayed opening that we've got for like half the land's attractions not being there at opening day. The budget cut seems entirely on brand for this.
Right, yeah, absolutely. Which is
Yeah, it just sounds
it's crazy. That's all I have to say
Yeah.
about that. It's so frustrating.
just sounds to me like they're going to put all of the detail and all the things that we're all excited about, but then make it so uncomfortable that you can't actually enjoy the experience once you're in there
Yep.
because it's so cramped. And so I almost wish they made it larger and maybe diluted some of that so that it was just like they could accommodate what amount of guests that they have to accommodate for this. Or have made maybe a couple, maybe 2, or made them slightly different in the land or something. But I think this is going to be uncomfortable to be in, and I'm going to go in, want to see it, and then want to get out immediately.
Yep.
Not to mention, you're going to have a year's worth of looky-loos who aren't actually buying anything. They're just coming in because they want to see what's up. And I don't know. I just think, as silly as this sounds, I think something like a reservation system, even for this, would have probably been a smart move. And I know that's like kind of crazy, but at the same time, it ceases all that extra bodies of just poking in and looking and then leaving, and it's going to be a mess, folks. This whole thing is going to be a mess.
A Looky-Loo a Star Wars character?
Yes, yes, famed Looky-Loo. Yeah, that's
That's
prequel material. It's non-canon now, though, so don't worry about it.
That's Padme's body double from the first film. It's
Yeah, Looky-Loo. That's very funny. That's very funny. Nerd. Moving on.
Very cool. Very cool.
Moving on to more nerdy things. The Adventurers Club
Oh my gosh!
is getting a reunion. Like this is sweet. I am really looking forward to this. So happening at our event, Stage 89, there is going to be an Adventurers Club reunion. We're calling this Pleasure Beach, celebrating 30 years of party and adventure. So it is going to have DJs spinning the tunes from all the Pleasure Island clubs. We're going to bring back some Pleasure Island drinks. We're going to have the Adventurers Club. This is going to be absolutely terrific. If you folks haven't looked at what we're doing for Stage 89, I highly recommend you at least check this out. Especially because today, tickets were we released some reduced price tickets. You can get in for only $10. If the price of admission is the issue for you, you can get in. You can get access to Shipwreck Beach, access to our cash bar, DJs, the Adventurers Club reunion. We'll even donate $2 or your ticket price to Give Kids the World for just $10. And if you're interested in some bigger packages, we've got some gift packs, some drink tickets per person, and some of our bigger packages. You can check all this out on the website wdwnt.com or stage89.com. This is going to be sweet, folks. I'm going to this, and I'm going to love every second of this.
I think we need to make it very clear that the Adventurers Club cast members, they're at an age now where some are going to be retiring, some probably already have.
Yeah.
This is probably it. Like, this is probably the last time the majority of the original crew is going to get together. So if you like the Adventurers Club, this is probably this is it. This is the final performance. This is Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, man. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to see the Adventurers Club together, this might be the last opportunity on the face of this earth to do it. So
Yeah.
what is a churro? Like, that's the cost of it for the, I feel like I'm doing a commercial for the cost of a churro.
What? It's churro. It's not a churro. It's
What did I say?
Churro?
Churro?
I think
know what
that's
I'm
the
saying.
Midwestern
Cheerio.
in name.
Yeah, it's the Midwest.
But-
Alright, give me a little
We'll talk about how to
churro.
pronounce churro in the post show.
That might,
Let's
that might not be
let's
the
put this-
churro.
point.
This
might
cost
have
and
lost the
perspective,
point.
though, it's going to be cheaper to come in and see this reunion than it was, and not even accounting for inflation, but what it actually cost to get into Pleasure Island
Yep.
20 years
Yeah.
ago. So that's bananas.
N-A-N-A-S.
Nice.
I'll be there, so that's all I have to say
Yeah.
about that.
Oh, are you one of the DJs or no?
We talked about it, but
Yeah, look at the
apparently-
shades.
I asked. I said I'll send my insurance.
UJP.
So guys,
But
Pete's
nah,
gonna
it's
be
alright.
there.
I'll be dancing.
Yeah,
Don't
that's gonna
let
be
that
sweet.
stop you.
We'll be
I
doing
know
a
that.
dance
I
battle.
know.
We'll be having some fun.
I know that might
Oh.
like say Adventures Club, Pete. I don't know, but
Hey,
you
that
know,
we're selling
sometimes
tickets.
you gotta take a little of the bad with the good. You know, Pete
I'll
will
be
be there,
there.
but it'll be fun still.
Come
Promise.
to be on a beach. How many people have actually
don't
been
know
to an
what will
event
happen.
like on the beach before?
Yeah, that's a good point. Like that beach is really a neat place that you don't get to that often. Like
Plus
this
the
is,
music and the
Yeah, we're keeping
drinks.
most of the alligators off of it too.
yeah. So it's Shipwreck Beach at Disney's Yacht and Beach Club if y'all are interested in, I guess, scouting the location out beforehand. And speaking of locations that you can scout out, Animal Kingdom.
Oh.
So there is a new documentary series that is coming to Disney Plus. Now, normally we try and keep stuff parks related, but given that it's documenting Animal Kingdom and Seabase Alpha, I think this is worth talking
parks
about a little
related.
bit here. So Disney Plus, among all of the multitude of things it's having, it's getting a lot of original content as well. And the Magic of the Animal Kingdom is going to be produced by National Geographic. Hey, look, we're using that property from Fox real quick.
Energy. It's a good
Yeah.
call. They're
And
actually
it-
doing
it-
something worthwhile now.
Yep, it's going to be set at Disney's Animal Kingdom and Epcot Seabase Aquarium. So I guess not Seabase Alpha, but it's close enough.
This
It's
is
still
what's-
Seabase Alpha in my heart.
I'm very excited about this.
This is
Very
what's gonna-
excited. Yeah, this is like I literally search the internet when I'm bored just to find stuff like this. And
Yeah,
now that it'll
really.
actually be produced by Disney and current, I'm like watching stuff from 1996. Like, ooh, this is gonna be awesome to see it in the current day. I'm pumped. I love Imagineering. All things Imagineering.
Yeah, this is
Tyler?
the only reason I'm
Oh.
getting to. No,
Bye, guys.
Wrong button.
Everybody.
Ben has had a stroke.
Sorry about that. Keep going. I'm sorry.
This is the only
Played you
thing
up.
that's convincing me to get Disney Plus is the Imagineering series, these kind of like documentaries about the parks. Because like
Yeah.
I was all about those like making of DVDs you could buy at Disney World. I mean, they're all gone now. They don't even sell DVDs in like any of the stores anymore, and it's hard task to find a lot of new books. So I'm all on board for like proper documentaries about just anything parks related. I don't even care about the Star Wars stuff.
I think it's interesting because I think this is going to go twofold. We keep talking about how the theme or the streaming service is going to be affected by the theme parks, but the theme parks are also going to be affected by the streaming service in the sense that there's a good chance they're going to want to keep things up a little bit if they're going to portray it on film. There's a good chance that things will get a new coat of paint because they're going to be filming at a certain area or something. So in a way, because they're kind of shining a light on these areas, they'll probably also gussy them up a little bit. And I think that's okay. I think it kind of gives them a reason to do it. That's a financial incentive because people are, it's not because, oh, well, no one's going to come and see Seabase because it's grody. No, it's because they're now putting it on their own service, right? So in that sense, they're going to, I think, keep things maybe even a little nicer in the areas
Yeah.
that they'll film. But, I think these are great. I hope we see more of them. I'm fingers crossed for a Spaceship Earth. I really want a series based on
Ooh.
Spaceship Earth. And And I actually wrote an article a long time ago about different parks properties that could be used for Disney streaming. So hopefully we'll see some of those.
Disney execs, go read that.
Yeah, go read it,
Oh,
Bob.
I just
I
realized.
also like
Oh, never mind. Go on.
Go ahead.
I like that this is an opportunity to expand the fan base for Disney parks because like I think that now that people are going to be watching the streaming service, it's not just for people like me who are already invested and will love to watch this, but other people might stumble across it and then find a love for theme parks like I have and share it with like my daughter as she grows up.
Yeah. Whew. Speaking of things you want to share with other people, this is something you might not.
Pizza.
Muppets. I want to share Muppets with other people.
Oh, I do too. I want to share Muppets. I want to share pizza. I don't necessarily want to share Muppet pizza.
This is rat
I
pizza.
love this place.
It's such a neat place.
I love
I'm
this
glad to
place.
see it. But so Pizza Rizzo will be reopening at Hollywood Studios on May 4th. I don't know why they chose May the 4th be with you to reopen a Muppets restaurant, but apparently that's what we're doing.
Everyone's gonna be at Star Tours, and it's right next door.
Yeah, it makes
That's a
sense.
good point.
And ABC
Yeah.
Commissary is going down for their refurbishment,
Yeah.
so they're swapping.
They have to do
I
it.
love this place. People always hate on the food. No pizza in Florida is good. So let's be honest. We're from New York.
whoa.
Come on.
Ooh.
But it's
Wow,
one of your basic
bibbidi-bobbidi-ba.
spices. It's not terrible. And I love the New York theming. Like if you go upstairs and the little ballroom and the little like wedding from the Bronx. Oh, it's amazing. It's so awesome in there. Go upstairs and you get to people watch out on the balcony.
Yeah.
It's one of the best
It's rare
signs
to
in
go
all of Disney
upstairs.
World. Like
Yeah,
it
the
is.
It
sign
really
of
is
the
a good sign.
The sign, if you guys don't know, like the sign will flicker out and it just says it's rat pizza, which is really funny. Like
So good. So
they
good.
know what they're doing, and it's kind of funny. So I never hated it like other people. Gosh, if we need, anything that's Muppets oriented that they want to open and do stuff with, fine by me, like as much as possible,
Amen.
because we are
Yeah.
seeing the opposite of that. And out of necessity, they don't have time to close it to change it to something that's not Muppets, and for that, I'm happy.
Do y'all think this is going to eventually get refurbished, turned into something different, or is it going to just continue to be Pizza Rizzo for the foreseeable future?
if they destroy the Muppets.
They just
and
did
take
it. Wasn't it
out.
like? Didn't it just open like a year and a half ago?
It's relatively
super
recent.
new.
new. Super new. Yeah.
Yeah, like they
I-
just did
once
it.
Star
So
Wars
this
opens-
is gonna, yeah, this is gonna be
This is
fine.
with the entrance of Star Wars. They cannot close it. If they don't refurb it now, they can't close it later. There's no way. This is going to go from one of the deadest areas to one of the busiest areas in the entire park really quickly. And I think they know that. So I don't. What I think is funny is Pizza Rizzo might assure that Muppet Vision stays longer because they've themed it as Pizza Rizzo and they need to like keep it there. And like, okay, this is the Muppet area and we can't change anything because we need that pizza place open. I'm not saying that's a reason. I'm just sort of hypothesizing, but maybe it's something. Anything, God,
Yeah.
just keep the Muppets.
Please keep it here.
If I have 40 seconds here, I'll just say,
hoping-
Bob, listen, please, the Muppets, don't get rid of them.
I do want to talk for a
don't
second
think
about
this
the
opening-
the dessert that they put on this menu, because they actually put a new dessert on here. It's layers of homemade peanut butter cream and grape jelly garnished with chopped peanut butter candy served in a cup. I am peanut butter jelly dessert seems like a neat idea. Seems on theme for this restaurant. I'm kind of happy to see them invest in a menu.
Hey,
It sounds more like gluten-free peanut butter and jelly than it does a
It
dessert
does.
to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not really mad at that. It's just baffled.
Yeah. Look, as Rizzo has told us, they're tourists. What do they know? So it works. It's fine.
Beautiful.
Well,
Speaking of tourists, he did not do it.
I set you right up.
You really did.
Didn't do it.
So you may have seen a story on our website about an on-ride photo catching a possible Magic Band burglar riding Space Ranger spin at Magic Kingdom. We've censored this photo because the police department later came out and said that they wrongfully
Oops, my
accused
bad.
this man.
The illegal term for this is they done goofed.
oh my bad, bro. My bad.
I'm just kind of stunned that like Disney and the police department both released this so quickly without confirming it.
I don't
Because
think
this was
is Disney's
redacted
call.
pretty quick.
I don't think this is
I'm
Disney's
not
call. I don't think.
stunned at all.
Yeah,
I really want to hear your
So,
perspective on this.
This
Yeah,
is,
she's the
Allison's our
lawyer.
legal
This is
expert. Let's
really-
go to our legal expert, Allison.
the legal correspondent.
I do work in criminal justice issues, and it's not uncommon
Dun, dun.
to see police who are more concerned with closing a case than solving a crime. Because what happened here
Yeah.
is they got some information, and instead of investigating it, there was this knee-jerk reaction to like, oh, close the case, oh, all done, instead of trying to investigate, talking to people, figuring things out. Our amazing law enforcement in Orange County, Florida, and there's obviously some poor law enforcement going on, and that's what we're seeing out of the Winter Police Department. And this poor guy, you can't erase this. The damage to his reputation is done. And thank goodness it didn't get to the point where he was arrested and held in jail, but it's still horrifying. Now, for theme park goers, what's concerning for me is that the Winter Park Police Department made an inquiry of Disney, and Disney just went and gave them all the information that they requested, relying on the law enforcement's information, thinking that this is going to be accurate. They must have more information. Here, let me give you the image of this poor guy. I'm not sure
that's the workflow, though. I mean, imagine this. I think this is on the victim's app, right? Like, this is the photo that shows up on their app. I don't know if Disney's the one that gave it to them. Is it possible that the photo came directly from the household who was burglared? Hey, look, there's a new photo on our phone from this. We don't know who this guy is. Here you go.
Huh.
Like
that is
this
possible,
Disney's-
and I hadn't thought of that. I had thought of it several. I was like, this picture could be anybody. I thought this picture could be the complainant, because the picture could be the guy. The guy could have forgotten to tell the police that, oh, I found the magic band that wasn't burglarized with the rest of the stuff in my home. I forgotten to update it, and then the police like get the information from Disney and then put it out there. So there are so many different people this could be. I'm not sure. But in any case, this is what's going on in the police department in the Orange County area. And then if Disney does cooperate, then, there are privacy issues for all of us that do attend the park as guests.
That was so like fancy and knowledgeable that I feel like I'm Anderson Cooper or something. Because you're on the wrong network.
Yeah. I definitely understand a lot of that, but I also feel like there's not much of an expectation of privacy in a theme park. So on the other hand, I don't think there's quite any legal ground for getting mad about
but there's an
this,
expectation that I'm going to not get falsely accused.
Yeah, that's
because I'm
where the
riding
line
like
is.
a Space Ranger spin.
Yeah. I mean, I rode Space Mountain, and now I'm accused of kidnapping 3 people. So
How did you get 3 people in Space Mountain with you?
Oh, see? Yeah, they were on my ride. I don't know.
Speaking of space, let's go
Hey,
over
see?
to
See what I do for you?
hopping back over to Galaxy's Edge for a minute. Coke spheres. This is among a few other pictures that we've seen. There will be exclusively at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge the thirst grenades. I don't know what the actual term that they're using for this is, but they I swear these look like they're little like
They're thermal detonators.
yeah, exactly.
I'm
They're
not saying- yeah, I mean,
they're gonna
I
detonate
would-
your
I would
thermal issues right
definitely-
there.
I would definitely never, ever, ever, like, almost open the cap all the way, shake that up, and throw it like a grenade. I would never, ever do that. It's not
Oh my
what I
gosh,
would
this
do.
is why they had to ban dry ice. Because people would
Oh,
You know what's weird? These look exactly like the Christmas ornament Coca-Cola.
They do!
that people have done for years. Yeah, they're not that different. When people are like, "This is so new," I'm like, "They rebranded sugar water." I think Disney put out this thing that said, like, they had this case and it was red, and they're like, "Some big event is coming up." Oh, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Look, Coke in the parks," and we're like, "Coke in the parks?" At least for me, I was like, like you branded Coke differently, and then like the argument that was made was, oh, but like, how amazing is it that Coca-Cola like would give up their logo to be a part of Star Wars Land? And I'm like, it's freaking Star Wars Land. Like, what are you talking about? Like the only thing bigger than Coca-Cola is Star Wars. So like no, and Disney. So it's not like some grand like scheme. I don't know. For me, I like the integrity of a park or like an area that's like, no, we don't have this stuff. Like Harry Potter, it has its faults. There goes my cat. It has its faults, but at the same time, like there is no Pepsi or Coke in Harry Potter Land, and I think that's cool. And you can go get
because they couldn't get the partnership.
No, they definitely could have gotten a partnership if they wanted.
It's $1 billion more. There's a bottle of water in Harry Potter is called Gillyweed water, and it's like $7.50, and it's ridiculous.
So's this.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna buy these. I'm not buying Coke and Star Wars.
I'm definitely buying the Coke grenades.
First of all, I didn't even think of them as grenades. I thought they looked like little BB-8s.
They kind of do.
But now that you say grenades, yeah, I kind of see that. But I think this is awesome. People don't necessarily want a specialty drink, and if they do, they can go and get that in Olga's canteen after they wait for an hour. But I think like it's really thoughtful to have everything themed, including something that as recognizable as a Coke symbol. Like when you go to Sedona, Arizona, like the McDonald's there, instead of having golden arches, they have like a teal arch so that it matches with the aesthetic of the place. And to me, that's the theme park. This is a theme park version of that.
Yeah, but my thing is you have this park that's like, oh, we don't need straws anywhere, but here's a bunch of plastic grenades everywhere now. Like you could set up fountain machines and make them look cool and still have the product in the different design, and it looks like a robot who gives out drinks. But no, they have to sell these little baubles of soda.
It's better than metal grenades.
Look, for me though, it's waste, and it's also because they know it will sell. That's why they're literally going to be double the price of a Coke anywhere else.
Yeah.
And for me, if you want a Coke, literally go to Toy Story Land. Like it's 5 feet away if you want one anywhere else. Go to Pizza Rizzo, for crying out loud. So it's not like it's hard to get that.
It's round pizza.
I'm
either way, the Dasani bottle is plastic, though.
Oh yeah.
That one doesn't even look like the Dasani logo. The others,
Disney's getting these things for free for the first year anyway. There's no way Coke got this part. Like, it's just take them. You got them for free. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. This is where Coke wants to be, and it's a good deal for them. It's
in front of as many eyes as possible. Yeah.
Yeah. Even in Huttese or whatever this language is.
Yeah. Might be multiple eyes per being there. Even better.
Oh.
All right, folks, that is going to do it for this week's episode. Thank you all for joining us, and I would greatly appreciate it, along with the rest of the staff and everybody else who's coming to the event, if you out there would come and join us at Stage 89. Head over to stage89.com. You can register there for the event. It's happening in 9 days, 10 hours, and 30 minutes from right now. It's getting close.
All of you are going to be there except Allison, right? Everyone here is going to be there.
I think that's right.
I'll be there.
Yeah, so come see ParksCenter people.
Yeah.
We'll be there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Starting from Friday the 26th, going through until, I believe, May 1st is the last event.
Yes.
It's celebrating the official 30th anniversary of Hollywood Studios on that day, of course. Along with multiple games, Pleasure Beach that we told you about earlier, the Hollywood that was, stories from the making of the studios. We've got a bunch of really cool people coming for that panel. If you haven't checked out who's going to be there for that, head over to Stage 89 and look at that. It's going to be sweet, folks. So please check that out. Come down, even if it's just for the weekend. Just come hang out. It's going to be a grand old time, and it is not expensive at all to come to this event. So please come take a look. Again, that's stage89.com. We are going to have a post show tonight. So if you are one of our Wigs members, please stay tuned for that. If you're not and you'd like to join us, head on over to patreon.com/WDWNT, where you can join our WDWNT Interglobe Society, or Wigs for short. For as little as $2 a month, you can get access to our post shows, the post shows for News Tonight. The entire podcast backlog is up there as a benefit, and a whole bunch of other perks. So check that out if you're interested. That's patreon.com/WDWNT. All right, folks, stay tuned for that post show if you're gonna. Otherwise, we will see you next week.
Do we not do the commercials for the other shows? Whoops.
What a cute ending.